What's shaking, everybody? Luke Dancy here. We've got a great guest today joining me. I'll tell you more about him and what's going on today. I want to say welcome to all you guys first. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, who is the guest? If you don't know already, I'm talking about Mr. Alan Rorrison joining me from the UK. He is going to be chatting about, as you can see, his brand new release out there, Digits of Deception, which is going to be really cool. And we're also going to be hooking you guys up with some free magic. So you ready to do that? Ready? Yeah, I got my winners from last week, or a winner. And then after that, I'm going to tell you how to win some magic on this week's show. All right. So our winner from last week had a chance to win this. Method 1 from the one and only Caleb Morelli. This is the blister effect. People are talking about using your phone, your cell phone. Very clever idea. Very simple, but very clever. And no force at all of the card. You can name any card and it's blistered on your finger. And our winner is from Facebook. We asked you guys to tell us about how you connect with an audience. Corey Van Valen, you did just that. There's your comment. Wanted to give you some love out there. That's our winner. And if you do me a favor, either drop us a DM over on our Facebook page or drop us an email right there, social@murphysmagic.com, and we'll hook you up with a free copy of Method 1 from the one and only Mr. Caleb Morelli. So there you go. Congrats to Corey on being our winner. Don't forget, we're doing giveaways every single week. So if you guys want to win something, you know where to be. All right. This week, you do have a chance to win something as well. You have a chance to win because our guest is Alan Rorrison. The chance to win is at the table lecture. That's right. Now, if you have the original, or if you have this one but don't have the original, you can pick either one because you're going to get the download because he's got 2 of these out there. If you guys want to win his at the table lecture, here's all you got to do. You need to drop a like on this post so I know you're out there. And then let's get social. Let's get chatting. In the comments, talk to me. Talk to me, people. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how you found this show. Let me know what topics you'd like us to talk about. Just get in there and get social. That's all you got to do. I'll pick a winner, hook you guys up on YouTube with the free copy and on Facebook with the free copy of Alan's downloads. So that's it. Get to it. Free magic. Everybody wins. All right. Speaking of the good stuff, though, we have got the man, the one and only Mr. Alan Rorrison coming at you in 3, 2, and 1. What's up, Alan? How we doing, man?
How you doing, buddy? I am just in the middle of finding this link and sharing it. I do apologise.
Dude,
you
you're
always,
awesome
you
for
always,
doing
you
that.
always catch me that little bit off guard. So just get watching and
You know
nice and
what?
quick for. If anyone wins that and doesn't have either or of them, I will donate the other one so they can have both.
Oh, that's very kind of you. All right. Well,
Just,
sweet.
just to, just to be fun with it. Yeah. So how are you, buddy? You doing good?
Yeah, man. Everything's good. It's always good to chat with you. I'm a little jealous. You've got your adult beverage, and I've got my kid beverage.
Well,
I've got the
the
water.
good,
So
the good thing for me just now is it's now 8:10 in the evening here, so I can
yeah,
have I call it a liquid filth. Um,
nice.
it's a term that has been stolen from a YouTuber called Ashens, and it's just as soon as I heard it, I loved it. So
Hmm.
that's the term I use. You're just using your water. I do apologize.
I'll be responsible for now. For now. We got some friends starting to tune in. What's up, Daniel Ricks out there in Pensacola, Florida? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see everybody. And as always, it's just good to know where you guys are watching from. So if you are new to this, let us know where you're tuning in from. People are also saying that they're loving your magic tricks, but also Renato's digging on your guitars back there. You've got a nice little collection rocking behind the camera there. Very cool.
I do. The only one I've not made is the bass guitar.
Nice. What's that
The
proton pack too? What you got?
you shut up. That's my baby. Where is it? Right
I
there.
love it, dude. I love it.
Um,
Great.
I'm a geek. All right, shut up.
Join the
Let's
club, dude. Me and you both. We're both
you,
geeks. It's all good.
dude. You don't want
All
to.
good.
When you see the rest of the walls in this place, it's quite terrifying. In fact, let's just scare people. Give me a second.
Uh-oh. Alan's up to some shenanigans. Let me come back to me real quick. I'll have it be a surprise for you all when we come back. Let me take a peek what he's doing over there. All right, here comes. There he is. There
for
he
for the
is.
for the big geeks out there.
There we go. Oh my God, yes. Special guest today, Baby Yoda. I know it's not really Baby Yoda, but you know. Yeah.
It's the child, as they call it.
Oh,
It's one of those things. I decided I had to make it, so I made it.
that is one cool thing about Alan. Not only does he create really cool tricks, for the Magic community, but he also is quite the prop builder as well. He's got a knack for that stuff. It's pretty cool.
The weird thing is the helmet is on my list, like the Mandalorian helmet,
Oh
but the,
wow.
the full armor is on the list. But um, the next thing I'm going to make is this is weird. Roger Rabbit inclined. So it's from
Hmm.
the Roger Rabbit movie, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then after I've got that done, the Mandalorian armor starts. But I have to make it for someone who's slightly shorter than the Mandalorian and a little bit more portly. So, hey, if I'm going to wear it, you know what I mean? Gotta make it for me.
Yeah, you kidding me? Well, so today we're gonna be chatting with. Obviously, we're gonna be chatting with Alan about everything today, which is great. There's a couple topics I had in mind. Some creativity stuff. Obviously, it's a great topic anytime Alan's around because he's one of the most creative guys out there. Period. Also, the Blackpool convention is not too far away. I thought we might give the guys some insight into what that's about. I know you've gone a bunch of times, more than I have, and you'll be there next month, right? You'll be popping up.
Oh, this is going to annoy people. I will not be there next month.
Okay.
I have went for the past 15 years, and next month will be the first year where I don't. As people are probably aware, I have I say just have a kid. I've got a 1.5-year-old now, and like I had to miss the session as well, all because I'm doing 4F. So I had to pick and choose how long I'd be away from the kid, and it's purely for me because I don't like being away from the boy.
I get it.
So I foregoed Blackpool, I foregoed the session, so I can go do 4F and enjoy that. And it's again, got to pick and choose, but I will be there next year with bells on and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. All right.
And I think Matt Parrott is trying to convince me to like go down for the Sunday in the Ruskin and just chill out there. Could happen. I'm not going to put it off the cards. So I might just be in the Ruskin for an evening at some point. It might happen. Never know. But officially, I won't be there.
Okay. Well, you will be missed, but hopefully you will make your appearance, and we'll have a good time.
It'll be fun. I mean, Blackpool's always great for that kind of stuff. I mean, it's one of the, I say one of, it's probably the biggest convention still in the world. So it's always good for seeing sort of new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just I had to pick and choose this year. So
I get it. That's cool, man. No, and speaking of that, I just shared this in the Blackpool Magic Conventioners group on Facebook. So we'll at least, we'll get a little love in there. It'll be, you'll be there sort of.
I'm going to break a few people's hearts, so they apologise. I won't be in that usual corner in the Ruskin downstairs.
Well, I'll keep it warm for you in case you pop up. All right, you'll be all right.
I'll try and do it for the Sunday evening. I'll do my best. If I do it for the Sunday evening, I'll drop down and we'll have a bit of fun. We'll have a few beers and we'll move on it.
All right. So if you guys do have any questions for Alan about any of his past releases or anything about creativity, I know everybody's different, which is why I like that question because everyone has a different answer. Feel free to jump in with any questions over Alan within reason. Be nice. And we will get to those. Also, we are going to be talking about your brand new release as well that just dropped yesterday. I'm actually going to turn into it in 3, 2, and 1. Look at me. My face is now Digits of Deception.
Again, slightly portlier Alan. It's great.
There we go. So we'll be talking about that too. And I've got some clips to show you guys if you haven't seen this yet. Digits of Deception just dropped yesterday. It's available on DVD and download. So if you guys want to learn more about that, we'll get to it as well in just a sec. It's got a lot of very visual and very cool stuff that I know you guys are going to enjoy. Nice variety of material, which is really cool.
Yeah, I try to do that with everything I put out. I'm very funny with how I structure a release because I've seen so many DVDs. It's just like, here's a bunch of card stuff, and it really bothers me. Or here's a bunch of stuff with sponge balls, and I get that there's a need for it, but I don't work that way. So I try and have it be, this is stuff I just use in my real life. Here's how to do it.
Sweet.
I also made a very conscious effort as well for it not to be you're going to spend 70 quid on a bunch of bits you need to build. So I tried to focus on the stuff I used that was cheap to build and easy to build.
Cool.
So if someone like saw the DVD and looked at it and went, I quite like that idea, let's build that. And you can build up the one routine, and then that'll cover the cost of the DVD itself.
Right.
And then a couple of months down the line, your brain might go, well, that Rising Card thing looks good, let's learn that. And it's more for that. It's more for the people that want to learn how to build and want to pace it a little bit. So don't expect to get like a bunch of gimmicks and stuff, because that's not what we're aiming for at all.
True. Why don't we actually show the trailer real quick? It's not that long. It's
Sure.
like a minute and a half or so. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, the trailer just dropped yesterday. Officially, this is available now worldwide from your favorite magic shop. Again, it's available as a DVD if you prefer that, or a download if you want to get it right away. So this is the Digits of Deception trailer, and we'll be back in just a sec to keep chatting with you guys Again, if you want to win the At the Table Lecture from Alan Rorrison, it's really easy. Drop a like on this post and just drop a comment out there. Let us know where you're watching from, how you found the show, any feedback, any suggestions for other topics to talk about or guests, let us know, and you're entered. It's that easy. But now, Digits of Deception trailer. Here we go. There you go, my friends. A quick peek at the brand new project from Alan Rorrison, Digits of Deception.
How awesome was that?
Yes, it is awesome. Yes.
Right, just for nice and quick, because I'm kind of half looking at the chat as well. If the chat would scroll away from me, what's going on? Someone was asking if smoke is still available. Yes, theory11.com, and
Cool.
most retailers will have it. Daniel Ricks, the key through ring looks phenomenal. I'll be nice. I'll teach you that today if you want to know it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll be nice. I'm not a bad man. In fact, here, let me do that now. I'll not be a dick. Pardon my language.
So I'm going to throw to Alan's shot. So I'm going to now have him teach you the trick while I'm on the screen. So I'm just kidding.
Probably one of the easiest things that is on the download, on the DVD or downloads. Mm-hmm. But it's probably one of the things that will make a lot of people buy it. So I may as well show you it and you may as well enjoy it. So what you're going to need is a ring. One thing I will say is make sure it is a sort of wedding band style ring with sort of no sort of diamonds or stones on there. I just prefer it that way. I tend to use my own, but you can use a bird. It's entirely up to you. And you're also going to need a key. The way to look at this is anything like a house key or an office key, not a car key, not with a big plastic part on it, but just like this, like a house key. So the trick, again, looks like this. You have your ring, and you're going to try and make it pass through, just like that.
So good.
And they can try and pull it off and do all the jazz. It just will not come off. So the basis to this is very simple. First finger goes along the stem and stops just before the head.
Okay.
Right? And this is like the old, in fact, this was David Penn that pointed this out to me. It's like the old wand through cup routine in the cups and balls. So what's going to happen is you'll notice my thumb is slightly back from where my first finger is. So from the front, my first finger lays a little bit forward, and my thumb's about halfway back on the stem. I tap twice, and then I'm going to come in behind it and let my first finger run past. That's it. So from the front, and I'll pause there for a second, right? Now I'll keep this hand on in the holding. Now I need to get this, it's still not on there, this is still just behind. So what you want to do is say, now that's really on there, it's not like it can come off. And it looks like you're just adjusting and pulling. You're not. What you're really doing, get this back into the position it needs to be, is you're going to push the stem past. Try and get this in a position you can see it. There you are. You're going to push the stem past and into the hole and pull back. Yeah. And that's it. So that's the full thing. So you can do the whole. And it's really in there, it won't come out. Now I prefer the key. If you want to, you can use a coin. Do I have a coin on me? Let me see. I don't. Oh, belt, I don't. Well, let's find out if it works with this. This might be a bit big. Old English penny may be slightly big, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. You can make a coin go through it, and then you can't pull it back, and then when you wanna, you can pull back. You don't have the nice handout moment. Do you know what I mean? So this thing, DVD wise, is worth the price of admission for the DVD itself. And the fact that I'm willing just to show you this shows you how much faith I have in all the other routines on here. They're all workers for me and stuff I do daily. So yeah, if you get some use out of it, enjoy it.
Nice. We got some people loving this. It's so simple, so powerful, and that's the one thing about a method like this is don't let the simplicity fool you. You know, while the visual looks great, don't let the simplicity fool you into thinking it's not going to fool people. I think that's important.
Well, I love this thing. The silliness of it was, there was a routine called Fit, and I believe the guy that put it out was his name is escaping me, and it's really annoying me. I put his names on the DVD, and we've explained that, and we'll give a credit for it. If it's not on there, just ask me, and I'll go dig it out. But there was a routine called Fit, and it was a gimmick coin through ring, and it's a beautiful thing. The gimmick is great, and it's, if you want to do this routine with a sort of more dainty ring, like a lady's ring, a thinner ring, go buy this gimmick. It is stupidly cheap, stupidly good, and I believe Murphy's have it.
Cool.
However, I was out, I didn't have it with me, and the client seen me do it and wanted me to do that routine. And it was one of those, pardon my language, but it's one of the things at the back of my head. I was like, shit. I don't want to let the client down, need to figure it out. So I sat down and I figured this out. And I initially done it with the coin, and I was like, looks good, looks okay. And then I got to the client and I was like, yeah, here, I'll do the routine for you. And I took off my ring and he went, no, here, use mine, and gave me his. And I was like, cool, I'll use yours. Like, the coin should still look okay with this. And I went to go in my pocket for a coin. He went, no, I'll give you mine. And I'm like, done deal, cool, should look okay with any coins. I don't have one. So he took off his key, and I was like, all right, let's make it work. And then at the point, I figured out you can hold the key and it looks okay. And it wasn't until I got it through, I realized that, oh, this is going to work. This is going to be, like, stupidly nice. And then I'd done the whole bit, and yeah, so the key is the way I do it. I won't lie to you. However, if you need to use a coin, feel free. The new DVD as well, Nigel Quinn is bouncing up a bunch of links for the new DVD. Again, all your favourite suppliers will have it. Again, like anyone who deals with Murphy's, but bigblindmedia.com and all that kind of stuff will have it as well. So there will be a bunch out there.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the ring. I think I called it a ring thing on the DVD. Let me double check the name I gave this. No, the key thing. Thank God I called it the key thing and not the ring thing, because the ring thing is a Garrett Thomas thing, which is still beautiful as well.
Yes.
I'm getting a bunch of questions about smoke refills. Robert Salkido, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, I do apologise. They're really not hard to find. If you need a smoke refill, go to ethereal11.com, go to the page on smoke, and if you bought it from there, you'll see a part that says refill on there. You can press on that. If you don't see it, it means you bought it from elsewhere. Just email them and then give them proof that you bought it from elsewhere, and you can buy refills from them as well. It's really easy.
All right, cool.
So let's get back onto the new project.
Yeah, man. And also, I'm not going to give away anything, but you also you've got some fire dropping on. I think it's Monday of next week, if I'm not mistaken. It's a pre-sale item. I had a chance to watch the instructional the other day, and I was messaging you right away. Actually, while I was watching it, like, whoa, this is cool. Like, so.
See, I don't know the pre-sale with this one. So is that Monday?
Let me just confirm that for you real quick. I do believe it's Monday, but let me just double check that real quick, because it is something that you guys are going to want to check out.
One thing I will say as you're doing that, this is something I initially created when I was on season 2 of Dynamo, I believe. Mm-hmm. And for one reason or another, it didn't get used. We never done anything with it. And then I've worked on the whole premise for since then. This has nearly been, oh Jesus, it's pushing 10 years now. That's maybe a bit much, maybe pushing 8 years. But it's been pushing a bunch, and I've created a bunch of methods for this. I've got some impromptu handlings and some mega gimmick handlings, and I won't lie, I can't tell you what this is, but you'll understand when it comes out. This is one of the more gimmicked ones, but if you're doing like a TV show or you're doing stuff for Instagram or you can control your audiences nice enough, the visual on this thing and this version of it is stunning. You will want to grab it. So do yourself a favor and do it. When you see it come out, you'll understand. You'll understand everything I'm saying.
I can confirm this is going to be on pre-sale on the 20th, January 20th, which, if I'm not mistaken, is next Monday.
That's next Monday. So yeah, this
so
is something you really want.
Keep an eye on this, guys. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not even going to sit here and like fluff it up. This is really, really cool, and it's also extremely like practical, and the method is going to work. I just want to put it like that. Like you see this and you go, oh, it's going to be, no, it's really good. And the visuals are just, they're so good. So good. Yeah.
It's one of those weird ones where I didn't quite knew what I had when I had it. Happens now and again. You hit the perfect routine and you're like, I'll try and create more, and then you didn't realize you had like the ideal thing to get.
It was there already.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens a lot. I mean, when you try and be sort of creative in this field, you do tend to overthink things a lot. There's been a bunch of things that I have sat on one routine for a little bit and then moved on and tried to make it bigger and better and added bits that just did not have to be there. And then I've always went back to the original handling, and that's one of those things.
Just want to give you some love too, Alan. I don't know if you're seeing this on the screen there, but Andrew, says, "Oh, and while I have the chance, EVP may be one of the best effects ever invented." So,
thank you, sir.
It's amazing, yeah. So, there you go. Very cool.
I could. Do I have one at hand? I don't. Is it in my jacket? Do I have one here? I have one of the new EVP gimmicks here that I use now.
Wait.
Is it on my? No, it's not. I wish I could show you, but yeah, the new EVP gimmick I have is much smaller.
Cool. Well, stuff evolves. So yeah.
We'll get there. This will be something that will go to Murphy's at some point. So once it gets there, we'll have some fun with it.
Sweet. Sounds good. And go
the
ahead.
chat for me isn't running as it should. Let me try and see if I can. Give me a second. You might hear some.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah.
Just be messing with the computer.
Actually, why don't
I see the chat live?
While you're looking at that, why don't we throw up another one of the clips? I've got a couple of these queued up, Alan. We already saw the key thing. I've got static and fries with that queued up too. Why don't we throw to one of those and let the guys see another routine from the brand new project?
Sure.
Which one do you want me to run?
Let's go for static.
Static it is. All right. So this is straight from Alan's new project, Digits of Deception. It's just one of many effects on this. How many effects are there? Like 7? Is it 7?
8.
8 of them. So this is one of 8, and you just learned one of them. So if you're just joining us, you're gonna have to watch this later, and he actually teaches you one of the effects from this project, the key thing. So this is yet another effect though that you guys are gonna dig. So here comes Static from Alan Rorrison.
So, Amelia, I'm sure you're getting tired of seeing like card tricks and kind of stuff like that just now, so we'll torture you with one more if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Do me a favour, just see a card. As you go by, just name it out loud.
7 of diamonds.
Did you see it go by?
Yeah.
There it is, right there. Beautiful card. Can you just pop your name on there for me on the face side?
This side?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of my favourite things to do. Beautiful. I'll grab that back.
Okay.
If you take your hand, just put that here, take your hand and just rub it gently. You can have it so it'll jump up and pop up, right?
What?
Now just rub it gently, just put your hand over it, about there. And it'll
Whoa!
pop up for you. Now, here's the thing. You're going to think there's something stuck on the back of it that's pushing it up.
Yeah.
Check it on it, there surely isn't. And you can also check out the entire deck.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No little weird springs, no little weird strings or anything in that's going to make that work for you.
No.
That would have been good though, wouldn't it?
There you go, guys. And we got Alan back as well. He ran out of the room real quick, but he is now back too. Good timing. Welcome back.
Oh, I was like, they can't hear me. No, I was like just slamming doors and stuff as I came back in.
It's all good.
I
Yeah. No, that is Static. A very, very nice visual.
It is one of my favourite routines. Again, purely because it's absolutely impromptu.
Nice. Even better, dude. Impromptu is always going to win. Yes, yes. Digits of Deception. Do you have a favorite from this project? I know that there's 8 different things to choose from here, but do you have a
Oh,
favorite from the 8 that are on there?
that's a really good question. That's like asking a father who his favorite child is.
I know, I know.
That's horrible. And again, on that side of it, I will have one kid. I think that's the reason why I want one. Um, Let me think. I love again. I love the coin through the key through ring purely for how simple it is and how easy it is.
Sure.
Um, oh, dude, you're a dick. Again, static's good because again, impromptu and it looks as it is.
Mhm.
Um, Stupidly, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the worst thing on the DVD. I say it's the worst thing on the DVD. It's still a good trick, and I still use it nightly, and this is why I need to say that this is it. Is the Sharpie bend
Ah, yes, yes.
because I spent Jesus about 5 or 6 years trying to figure out the perfect way to do a Sharpie bend, and I've released a couple. Um, and then I came up with this method. And I was like, that's where it needs to be because it's like there was no weird sort of mechanics in it.
Right.
If I explain any more, I'll explain the trick, and I can't do that for this. But it just uses a bent Sharpie, basically, and one little piece extra that you have.
Cool.
And you just stick it in your pocket and you're good to go. And it's one of I like the visual, and I think I say this on the DVD. I like the visual of like taking out the pen and doing one little bit, and having someone sign a card, and you go through a routine, and then you say to someone else, "In fact, here we'll have you sign one as well." And then you show the bend, then you hand them the pen to sign something, and it's just the child in me likes seeing someone trying to sign something with like a majorly bent pen, and it's awkward and it's funny, and
Sure.
I get it. It's fine. Oh, Alex Rangel. Let me just say this, Alex Rangel, you're a dick.
I was waiting for you to see that. That's awesome.
Alex is my buddy. I can't moan at him.
That's awesome. Good to see you, Alex. Thanks for popping on, dude. That's
So
funny.
we have seen each other's pooping habits. Oh, and one thing I will say is he has a very, I won't say what it is. He's a very specific thing he does when he goes to the toilet for number twosies. And I originally put him down for it. I won't lie. I have now adopted it. You were right.
Oh, God, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know, dude. Oh,
Of all the
Jesus.
conversations that should happen during a sort of magic conversation, that's not it.
Oh, my God. That's too funny. Actually,
But
yeah.
the chat is running a bit slower for me than it is for you, so you just hit me with stuff and I will happily chat away.
Okay. Actually, why don't we? Because we're a little further than I thought we'd be, but we're about halfway through this, if not a little more. I
I
think
can
it's
slow down if you want.
no, we're cool. I'm only saying that because it's time to break things up. We've got a thing that we're gonna do, and I found this just for us today. It is now time, Alan Rorrison, for the meme of the week. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm looking.
Meme of the week. Meme of the week, baby. Meme of the week. Meme of the week. All right, so Alan Rorrison, you are gonna love this because it goes back to the early days of us with our magic, the way that we learn magic. And here comes this week's meme of the week. I think you can see that, yeah? So we've got the chick laying in the bed. She doesn't look too happy. Betty's thinking about other women, and the dude's over there like, nah, man, I wonder what David and John from L&L Publishing are doing these days.
What the fuck are those guys doing?
That's what everybody wants to know.
What are they doing?
So
Dave
meme
and
of the
Dave.
week right there, babe. What do you think of that one, Alan? How do you like that one? Yeah.
That is beautiful. I like that. You need to send me that image because I want to post it as well.
I want to thank Danny Whitson. I don't know if he's the original guy that created that, but I saw it posted by Danny Whitson on Facebook. So I want to give him a shout out real quick for creating that. One more look at that.
That is beautiful. That is. I'm so happy that you guys are a bit more tame with your memes than my friends usually are, because on my WhatsApp, my friends are savages.
Nah, we have to be a little more tame here, but you know, there's a lot of good ones out there, that's for sure. And if you guys have any, feel free to let us know. Maybe we'll feature you on one of these things coming up soon. So that is, my friends,
What happened with them
thing of
all?
the week. Do what?
I mean, all of the L&L. I mean, there was some like really fit women in that crowd as well. What happened to them?
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, those were the days. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, L&L Publishing used to be the way you would learn magic on video. It was like VHS tapes back in the day, which were not cheap to produce or buy. And they would.
Wait, where are we?
Oh, you got some?
How do I tilt away? You can see that grey box back there.
Yeah.
It's full of them.
Nice. Right over there.
I went and bought
Awesome,
a VHS to SD. It's called. It's a converter, so you can like back up all your old VHS tapes. And the reason I had to do it was my one of the Tommy Wonder tapes for me from L&L started it deteriorated. It started to fall apart. So I had to go on YouTube and figure out how to like stick that part of the tape back together. And then there's a little bit of a glitch in the file that I've created, but I now have it backed up. So I'm now backing up all of my old VHS tapes just so I have them and don't lose them. So if anyone has old I recommend it. But but that box is full of the damn things, and I'm working my way through them slowly but surely.
So if that's a box full of those, is it easily accessible? If you could just reach in and grab one random one, could you do that right now?
That my mic pack is on top, my camera pack is on top.
That's okay.
And my gig case is on top.
That's okay.
So I'd much prefer not, because it's like Jenga. See, if I pull one of those out,
fall apart.
That's going down.
Alex Rangel says y'all just lost everyone under 30. Yeah, they don't know what we're talking about, and I love it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love it.
Or, do you remember, what was it, A1 it used to be called?
Yeah, A1 Multimedia. Yeah.
Yeah, they just be good as well, man.
Did you know Mike Maxwell actually passed away recently?
No, I did know that, but he's not someone I really knew too much.
Right around the holidays, yeah, he had a heart attack. Sadly.
That's an absolute shame.
Yeah. But anyway, on a more positive note.
Yes, let's get into it in sort of nicer parts.
Yeah. Why don't we take a quick sec to talk about Blackpool as well? I've got this queued up. This is coming up next month, the 14th through the 16th of February. I know you're not going to be able to officially go, Alan, but for anybody that has never been to it, and I've gone twice now. If you had to summarize what something like Blackpool is, because it is the world's largest magic convention, someone that's gone 15 plus years, how would you kind of summarize it to people that have never been to try to understand, how awesome it really is? Right.
There's a few parts to this question.
Okay.
Would you like me to summarize Blackpool for anyone that hasn't been there yet?
No.
Or would you like me to summarize the convention?
The convention. Let's stick with the convention because we want people to. They want people to go. We don't want to scare them away. Yeah.
I have been for the past 15 years, and my buddy is now trying to get me to go down for like a day this year because I said I wouldn't, but I'll probably do my best to go down for one day. But it is officially 3.5 days worth of magic.
Yeah.
So it's like all the best lectures, all the best dealers, and a massive, massive venue. The Winter Gardens in Blackpool is a huge, huge venue. And the guys are doing a good job in trying to like shake it up into the sort of like the younger age. It was very stuck in its ways for a while, and it was very old-fashioned for a bit. But the guys are now trying to push it forward and make it a bit more modern, which is good. And you're going to see a bunch of great lectures and a bunch of great. In fact, the shows at night as well are tremendous. And then even if you don't want to do all that, there's a couple of bars round about where all the magicians go and sit and we just chill and we'll chat magic, we'll jam magic, and you play about. You can go do that in like the Ruskin and the Bell and all that kind of stuff. It's probably one of the best experiences you will have in magic if you want to try it out. But again, you don't have to go for the whole weekend. You can choose a day, go down for the day, and then hit the Ruskin at night, chill out, have a good night, and then go back to work on the Monday and just relax. But I highly recommend anyone goes. Again, this is the year where I said I wouldn't be going, and I'm kind of half convinced into going for a day.
All right. Well, hopefully you make it over there. It is a good time, and there's so many people there that flock there. It's a really good time.
It's like, was it 3,500 people all in all?
It's pretty close to 4. Yeah, pretty close to 4.
Is it going to 4 now? It just shows you how big it's getting.
Yeah.
It's always been again. I've been for the past 15 years, every single year without fail. This is the first year where I've decided like I need to trying not because I have other commitments.
I think it's pretty funny that the convention is always, and I mean, we're a bunch of geeky magicians, so I don't think anyone's really missing out, but it's always right around Valentine's Day. It's like in the middle of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, magicians.
And again, let me be honest, for out of towners, it's Blackpool. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's wet.
Yes.
It's horrible. it's what Blackpool is. I mean, McKinnon came over and he called the place the Sadness. it's the town is funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just the time of year that does it. Blackpool at any other time of year, when it's warm and stuff, looks good and it's fine. It's just the time of year is weird, but the convention makes it.
Yeah, it's a great time, guys. So if you've never been, definitely check it out. Someone's asking me if I'll be running a stall or lecturing. That's from Mark. I lectured last year, Mark, and I did some talks. This year, I'll be hosting a handful of talks throughout the weekend, and they'll be on the schedule. So keep an eye out for those. So I will be there. I'll be around. So if any of you guys are going to be there, feel free to say hello. We'll have a good time. It is a good time. So, and looking forward to meeting you, Mark, out there in Blackpool. Alex Rangel says, and don't forget the food.
Ooh, yeah, the food is rough.
Pizza. Everybody wants to go to the pizza place.
Well, here's the deal in Blackpool. In the mornings, if you're in a B&B, you have the choice of proper greasy food or cereal, and that's your thing, right? During the day, you've got a Bella Italia, which is horrible pasta, but it fills you. You've got a Pizza Express, which is not the best pizza. It just isn't. And then there's it's a rock sort of cafe grill place just past the Pizza Express, which is okay. You'll get an okay burger in there. You'll get some okay fries, but it's just okay. So again, you're going for the Magic Convention. You're not going for the food or the weather or the ambiance of the whole Blackpool in general. You're going for the convention. The convention is great.
Yeah. Also, someone was asking, this is from Thomas Bradley. What's up, Thomas? He wants to know, are there a similar convention here in the States, in the USA? And yes, there are. One of the best ones in the States is right in my backyard. It's right here in Las Vegas, called Magic Live. Phenomenal convention. I think that's probably the top two, Magic Live and Blackpool. And then also coming up, I think this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, or next, is Magi Fest, which is another fantastic convention.
Magi Fest is one of those weird ones that you kind of heard little dribs and drabs about for a while.
Yeah.
And then the past maybe 2 or 3 years, it's now becoming massive.
Yeah, it is.
It's one I've not made time to get to yet, and I need to set some time aside next year and get to it.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah. So those are
again. This year I set all my. I have a new kid. Again, I've got a 1.5-year-old now, so I need to partition my time very frugally. And this year it's all partitioned for F. That's awesome. The do-all and end-all for me this year. So I might make a night in Blackpool, but that'll be it.
Also, there's a confirmation. Michael says Magi Fest starts tomorrow, and also for any of my friends West Coast wise here in Las Vegas, the National SAM Convention starts, I think, Thursday or Friday of this week over at the Golden Nugget downtown on Fremont Street. So there's a lot of magic going around, a lot of magic happening. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I'll pop into the SAM Convention here in Las Vegas. That's going to be cool. But anyway, we're talking about conventions. We're also talking about Alan and his brand new release, and I've got one more of the tricks queued up here to show. This is Fries with That, which, McDonald's Aces is one of the most, I would say, popular and more well-known card effects. Why don't you kind of tee this up and let the guys know what this is, then we can talk about it, obviously, after we show it. But
sure, go for it.
So this is Fries with That from the brand new project Digits of Deception from Alan Rorrison. We'll come back, and also, if you're just joining me, Alan taught one of the tricks from the project earlier, so you have to watch the replay later to see it. It's a good one. It's something you actually use. So anyway,
I really should have taken note of the timestamp on it. I wish I did.
We will. I'll get you later, man. It's all good. I'll get you later.
Screw it. You need to watch it all. Go watch it all. I may teach something at the end now, so you have to
It's
watch everything.
it's near the beginning. That's all you guys need to know. It's near the beginning. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Amelia, how are you
Hello,
doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm going to give you a little insight into the whole magic side of things. I'm going to show you how easy it is to cheat.
Okay.
Now, do you play cards a lot? Like poker or 21?
Play
or-
head.
A little. Of all the games you could have played, it had to be that one. I love it. But this might not help you so much with that, but it will help you
Okay.
with like poker and that kind of thing. So we're going to find the 4 aces. We're going to use these as like the money cards, the ones you would want to get, all right? So if I run through and grab these out, I'm doing this the slow way as well, just to annoy Owen a little bit. There we are. And another one. So we're going to use these and we're going to put them out and like, as if it was a poker game. We've all got our hands and they're all down and ready to go. We need some cards to go with it. So grab 3, pop them on as well. And this little bad boy gets its own little 3 there as well. We can get rid of these. Don't need any of these now.
Okay.
And this will let you see the moment that a sort of gambler would cheat and how it happens. So we're going to use the aces as the cards that I would want in my hand because that would complete what I've got here. Without that, I've got a really crap hand. If I get these in there, I'm going to do very well, all right?
Yeah.
Now the easy way to do this is just to count. You ready? You're going to see it happen. The ace will go. Now that one happened a little bit quick, so I'll go a little bit slower. You weren't ready for it. I'll put it in face up. I'll go slowly for you, all right? Slow as I can. Did you see it go?
No?
No, wait, one more. Right over here. Last one. Do you see it happen? It's happened already, it's done. Now here,
Okay.
if I was in a gambling sort of scenario, put your
Yeah.
hand on top of that for me. What we would need to do is get that card into a position where I could use them. So what I would do is I would put them into my hand like that. Now, if I had done that, you could rightly turn around and go, he cheated. I had those a minute ago. Fair?
Yeah.
If you did do that, all you have to do is that. And that fixes it on out, so I just have the bad
What?
cards again. Now if you look down here, lift your hand up, the cards will appear back for you.
Shut up. What?
I would teach you, but then I'd have to kill you, I'm sorry.
We are back. There we go. Another great effect. I love the variety here again from the Digits of Deception project. So there you go. That is fries with that.
It's one of those weird ones. I think is there only 2 card things in it? Let me just double check the list. I'm looking at the list right now. So we've got static.
Yeah.
We've got,
yeah.
Oh no, 3 card things. All right.
Oh yeah, with the
There's-
rise. That's right.
Yeah, there's enough card things in there to keep you happy, but there's enough other things to keep you going as well.
Right on. Yeah. So obviously this is a version of McDonald's Aces, hence the name. Fries with that. McDonald's. You get it. I mean,
Yeah. I was being, when I initially put out the name of this, I was being a bit patronising with it, but it was one of those routines that I love. The McDonald's Aces style routine, and I think it was at Tomas Medina. I've got to say Tomas because it's American and they don't pronounce it Thomas. But I love the guy. He's a little guy that looks like Rick Moranis.
yes, that's him.
And he put out a DVD years back that just taught the original McDonald's Aces, and I loved the thing. I used it for years. And it always annoyed me at the end of it, you were a bit stuck with those gimmicks. So I created this to get rid of that sort of moment and to give a nice kick back. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Just to give a nice little punch in the gut when they think everything's done. This is one of those things. Everything on this is going to sound really patronising again, and I apologise, because we can't carry everything all the time. I get it. However, the stuff that is on this project and then on the volume 2 that will be coming soon, the stuff that I will use weekly. It won't be at every gig. I'll pace them out during a week or during 2 weeks, but it's stuff I use constantly, which is kind of why I want to get out there, because I knew other people would want to use this kind of stuff often as well.
Yeah, right on. And as you can tell, again, guys, there's such different effects on here, ranging from stuff with rings, with obviously there's some with the key, and the stuff there, and Alan always has these methods that aren't incredibly difficult to do either. Like they may look awesome, but it's not like the hardest stuff, because I know that's people got to be wondering like how hard is the stuff on here, the skill level, and I'm not the creator. I'll let Alan take that, but his stuff is usually, I would say 90% of the time, it's not the most difficult stuff to
Do,
do either. Yeah.
do you want me to explain why?
Sure, please do.
So don't get me wrong, I come up with stuff that is either A, mega slate intensive or a bit more complex, and I will use them now and again. However, today I'm having a bad day, so I can show you. I have, since being a teenager, bad arthritis in my hands and in my feet. So if I have a day where this finger does not want to go straight and it just won't, it doesn't matter how much I heat it up, it just won't go there. We initially sat down and thought it was tendonitis. Obviously it wasn't. We've now figured out it is arthritis. And all the meds that you take for that will slow you down a little bit. And I don't like that idea. So I will tend just to heat my hands up in the morning and try and get things moving. However, it does dictate a little bit in how you create stuff. So if I create, like the Raise Rise idea I've got on this project, Raise Rise, I loved Raise Rise. I performed it for years. I loved the darn thing. It's a beautiful routine. If you get a chance, go buy either Ray's version of it or Xavier Spade, but his handling on it with Ray's permission, and it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous routine. Go learn it. However, if you have bad hands or you're just lazy, I created up my version of it, which is gimmicked. The original isn't, mine's is. And the pure reason was my hands and some days couldn't handle the slight needed. And I was very fortunate when I contacted Ray and says, look, I'd love to put this out. Here's why. And I explained. He was very gracious. He was like, yeah, sure, go for it. He didn't even say put my name on it. He was just like, no, please do.
That's cool.
Go put it out. It's like here, and he gave me like a bunch of other history on it. So if anyone wants some more history on that routine, just hit me up and I'll happily send it on over. But he was just very gracious with it. Cool. So it's like the likes of the Rory's Rise and that kind of thing. A lot of stuff I do is catered to my bad hands. Don't get me wrong, I try and create the best magic I can, but it needs to be within a scope that I can do daily, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course, man. And I think that's also a testament too. It's something that's I don't think is talked about enough because it's not the sexy thing. When it comes to creating and releasing material, a lot of people find that the release is the fun part and getting the recognition. But the thing Alan just touched on there, which we won't, we're not going to stick on this, but it's the crediting. Do your damn crediting. Like it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, especially now.
Dude, you kind of have to. It's like the links with the bench Sharpie routine. Again, I've been working on this for God knows how long and went through a bunch of methods. However, the method I've landed on now is close to a Jesse Feinberg method. Now his was using a Bic pen, and it was a bit more mechanical and nicer than mine. I won't lie, and I landed on it after I had mine. Now, again, I'd recommend go grabbing his because it is freaking great. Now, Jesse and I don't get on, but I would still rather credit the guy than not. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, his routine is great. If you get a chance to buy it and you like that kind of thing, go grab it. It is absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, it's crediting for me is a big thing. And if anyone ever sees a DVD or a project and they think there's a credit there that isn't there that should be, let me know and I'll add it on in. I've got no gripes with that. So again, feel free.
Yeah. As creators of magic, we're all where we are because of the people that came before us. So if this is something that you're just starting to do or you want to do, just like anything in life, there's etiquette, and that is definitely part of the etiquette is to remember the people that have come before and make sure they get their credit. It's deserved. So
by all means.
Yeah, and Alan's great at that, obviously. So yeah.
I do my best. I won't say I'm the best at it, but I try my best, and I'm happy enough to say if I drop the ball on it now and again. And if I do, I'll add it in. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do what you can do at the end of the day. You don't know everything. You're not an encyclopedia, so.
That's true.
None of us are. So yeah. I was gonna look through here, see if there are any other questions for Alan along the way too. If you guys have any lingering questions, feel free to let us know. There's someone, Pradig, pardon me if I'm butchering your name, man. He says he's going for the first time to Blackpool this year. That's exciting. It's definitely going to be a very surreal experience. Get ready for that dealer room alone. The dealer's room is pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have they fixed the dealers room this year? Because the last year they had it separated,
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
which was really uncomfortable. Um, just for anyone listening, the dealers room used to be one massive room that was just full of Magic and dealers, and then a little room off to the side, which again was still pretty damn big, just full of dealers, and you can go and have a little look around. However, last year, because the venue had some building work happening, they had one massive room, and then you had to walk all the way across this foyer and all the way past like a cafe and a food place and up some stairs and into another place which was dealers. And the guys up there, I won't lie, they rightly so felt a little bit put out because footfall up there wasn't great. So I hope this year they'll fix that.
Yeah. Well, time will tell. We're only a month out, so we will see, huh?
We will soon find out.
Yeah. There was a question earlier that I'm trying to remember who this was, and also don't forget, guys, we are doing a giveaway as well for Alan's at the Table lecture, the downloads. So if you want to have a chance to win these, all you need to do is drop in a like on the post so I know you're out there, especially on Facebook. I can see everybody, and also drop a comment so that we can get to know you guys better. Let us know where you're watching from, or maybe how you found the show. Or if you have like some topics or people you'd like us to chat with going forward, let us know in the comments, and that makes you entered as well. It's a win-win because we get to know you, and you have a chance to win a free download. So that's pretty cool. As we go along, I want to make sure you guys know that. And also, before I forget too, everyone watching has a chance to get your hands on some free Magic right now. We've got the 5 free tricks. I forgot about these. Make sure you guys do check those out. These are out there, and you can find these by going to murphysmagic.com/gift, and you will get 5 free tricks still out. These are downloads, they're digital, sent to your email address. So one a day for 5 days. If you want to get 5 free tricks, murphysmagic.com/gift. I want to make sure you guys get your hands on some stuff too. So there you go. All right. So back to Alan Rorrison, the guest of the day. This is a good question about...
Go for it. Again, you guys can ask me anything. I'm very open with this kind of stuff, so feel free.
And the more he drinks, the more open... No, I'm kidding. The more open. The Street on YouTube, as he does his refill.
I'm kidding on.
This is water, I promise. Do you feel the old school or your contemporaries of creators have influenced your work more? So the old school or the new school or a combo of both? What do you think the influence comes from? Where do you think it comes from?
I can't lie. I'm still very old school in my thought process, but I am a massive geek, and I mean I keep up to date. You don't want to see the computer this is running on. You don't want to see. This is my workshop room, and I have like a laser here, a 3D printer here, another 3D printer there, one there, and I like to keep up to date with like sort of new technology, and I do the same with Magic. And again, I mean I don't mind telling you this. I have RFID chips in my hands and in my wrists. I have NFC ones, and I use them all for Magic. So my main inspiration comes from older routines, which I like, but I try and think of new methods for it. It's like I have a confabulation routine just now, which is without a doubt my go-to. If someone says, "Can you show me something?" This is the routine I'm doing, and it is an old routine with a new method, basically. So I mean, I know a lot of guys like to kind of set themselves in a camp and go, "I just like the old school stuff, all the pure sleight of hand." Don't do that. Do yourself a favor. Learn everything you can about everything and try and apply it to Magic. I mean, Christ, I am now looking into doing a locksmith's course and going and becoming a qualified locksmith just because we had an issue with our door and I fixed it. And I liked the idea enough that I would like to pursue it. And I think the information on that would translate over well to Magic. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those weird things. You will find applications for everything in the modern age to apply to the Magic you want to do, but don't discard the old stuff as well.
I know this is probably a more open-ended question, but since we're talking about, inspirations and stuff, Adam, coming in over on Periscope/Twitter, who is the person in Magic that has inspired you the most? And I know it's hard to pinpoint just one, but if you have maybe
Oh,
some
I have two
two, okay,
instantly.
that's cool. All
Uh,
right.
Chun Su, obviously. We spoke of this before we started.
Uh,
So we have Chun Su, who is one of the biggest inspirations for me. I like the whole idea about this man just going, "Yeah, you know what, screw it. I'm going to make sure I have an act, and that's all people are going to know. People are going to know that character, and that's it." And again, I've went as far as to have a buddy send me down, and again, if we can point this out now, if you can see it, some original show bills from it, and I still have to find a place on my wall for them. But I've had them checked on out. They're original. I love them. So I mean, chilling suit is one of the sort of biggest things for me, and it's why I created the whole smoke routine.
mm-hmm.
After that, there's a couple of people, to be honest, and some of them won't really like me saying this. But again, they're a bit modest. So Roy Walton, obviously, he's local, and when I first walked into a magic shop and I bought my first gimmick, he must have spent a good 2 hours with me that day and just sat down and showed me everything that someone with my skill level could do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm under no illusions. I understood he was trying to sell me stuff,
Yeah.
but he wasn't trying to sell me stuff I couldn't do.
Fair.
He wasn't trying to just sell me stuff for the sake of getting my money. He was showing me stuff that I could do, I could get home and enjoy, and then come back and do. And Roy's and his shop has always done that. So I mean, that's why I love them, and probably Paul Wilson as well, just to stroke his ego a little bit. But that's purely because when it's Paul, I can send him like a video, an idea, and say, "Here, I've been playing with this," and if Paul likes it, if he turns around and goes, "Huh." Because if he doesn't like it, just go to shit. He'll tell you straight off the bat. If he likes it, he'll pause for a minute and go, "Huh." If you get a "huh" or "that's cute," it means you've got him a little bit and he wants to know a bit more, which I like. So those are the kind of guys I look towards in that kind of sense.
Cool.
And in a sort of weird sense, Tom Mullica as well. When I was growing up, we had it wasn't even a magic show. It was just like a variety show that had Tom Mullica do his cigarette routine and his gum routine.
Yeah.
And it was actually used to do it together. And it was on this show, and I was like, that's amazing. I love that. And it was unlike anything I'd seen on TV in the UK at the time before. And it rung true with me. So Mullica became a sort of magnate for me at that point as well. I was just drawn to the guy. It absolutely made my year. I went to the Blackpool Convention one year and the session one year, and got to meet him both times. And he was just an absolute gent of a man. And you get this sort of weird statement, it's like never meet your heroes kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm happy in this case I did. He was an absolute gent.
Cool. Well, that is always a slippery slope. You just never know. Got some friends out there, and I'd love to ask you guys the same question. Who, some of your favorite people that have inspired you out there? We've got Michael King says Tommy Wonder, another freaking awesome name. Peter Pelican, actually a very, very creative guy, says Max Maven.
Fuck you, Pete. I'm kidding on. I love Pete.
Danny Marsh says Paul Daniels and Matt King. Those are definitely some good names.
Well, Matt King. Here's the thing for me with Matt King. I didn't like Matt King for years. It wasn't a case of I didn't like him or I didn't like his magic.
Okay.
I just didn't like his style. And then a video popped up on my feed one day, and this must have been maybe 5 years ago. And it was the gerbil routine.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the first time I'd ever seen this routine, like in whole and watching it. And it was one of those sort of weird things where the back of my head got it. Did that ever happen when you're like, you don't like the idea of something? You see little clips and you're like, it's maybe not for me. But then you see like a full routine and your back of your head kind of goes, oh no, well, that's good.
Yeah.
and it kind of clicks. That happened with you and Matt King, and it's the whole picking up and just shoving it into your face. I was like, oh, that is just a stupidly nice piece of magic, and I love it. And Mark said, then David Copperfield. No, I am going to be one of the select few magicians that will say he might be a nice guy, not a massive fan of the style.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody can't like everything. If that was the case, we'd all be pretty boring. So
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. Yeah, the whole Malika thing. I love Malika. I liked him because he never took himself seriously.
Mm.
And the weird thing for me was, even at the time I met him, the two times I did, and again we sat down at length and had like a chat, and we played about. I had a few drinks.
Cool.
I think he had a few sodas at the time because he wasn't too well. And even at the time, he knew he wasn't too well, but he still gave his time graciously. You know what I mean? It was really weird. And he was just too freaking nice. Like one of the nicest people in Magic I've ever met.
Nice.
So I mean, I'm happy I did. Happy I did.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of those type of people over the last few years now. You know, some of those giants, like, you know, last year we lost Johnny Thompson, unfortunately, as well. And, you know, he lived in Vegas, so did Tom Mullica. He was a Vegas guy, and it's been tough. So it's always a good reminder too to appreciate those type of people that we have with us, because, I mean, they're the guys. They are the guys.
I'm not gonna lie, the losing of Johnny made me take a day or two just to sit down and shut up.
That one hit me hard, and so did Eugene Burgos.
Yeah,
He was one of those giants. Yeah.
Have I told you the Eugene story yet?
No.
So it was Eugene's, I think it was his third Blackpool.
Okay.
And it was I can't remember what year it was for me. So I got there, and we're at the lecture, and I think we were like row 3. We were like 3 rows back. Now, Eugene was like just good at finding a smiling face. He was just good at it. He would find a smiling face, take a picture with you, and you're all good. So I'm sitting there, and the buddy next to me was smiling like ear to ear wide. And he came up, like, you want a picture? And he's like, sure. So I took the picture, and we took it. And it got to us like, do you want a picture as well? And I was like, I would appreciate it. So my buddy took the camera, and I turned around, and I still have I'll send you this picture. You'll appreciate it. So I stood, and he put his arm around my waist, but my arm around his. And the picture went off, and he looked at me. No, stop. It's like, smile as if you mean it. Come on. And I smiled again. And again, the picture went off, and he stopped and went, no. It's like, smile if I was a pretty girl. And I was like, oh, I get you. And, like, again, and it's the most honest sort of, I don't like smiling. I don't do it much. I was really bad when I was younger with all hygiene, so I tend not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've fixed all my teeth and they look great. But I still have this sort of weird sort of muscle memory not to smile. Sure. And I think it's one of the only times where you get like a really honest smile from me. And it's just Eugene just sitting, pulling me in, and we're just sitting grinning away. And I've always appreciated the idea of just smile, enjoy it. It's a good moment, go for it. And he was just good that way.
You know, another person with a smile, I totally forgot we lost Daryl as well. You know, talk about a smile. I mean, you know, but you never know what's going on behind the smile. That's the thing.
Again, Daryl broke my heart. Absolutely broke my heart. Let's go into some nicer things, for Christ's sake.
Yes, we will definitely do that. And I'm gonna bring Alan's shot back up, because we're also talking today about his Digits of Deception. You can see it here on the screen. It just dropped yesterday. We've been talking about it. We've showed you several of the effects. Actually, Alan even taught you one.
Oh, other side.
He even taught you one of the effects from this at the beginning of this. So if you're just joining us now, you can check this out later at the beginning. Alan taught you one of the effects. It's the key thing. We're able to pull you take off your ring, and you're able to pull a key through the ring, even though it doesn't fit. It goes right through. It looks great. And oh yes, here we go. Let me go back to you. There you are. Look at that.
Oh, that was rough. That was a rough one, but is that through? Oh, it's through. It worked.
That's true. You did it. It got stuck. So that's all.
Happens now and again. It's these backdoor keys, man. Backdoor keys. But yeah, keep in mind there will be a volume 2 of these DVDs coming out as well, cool. Which is more sort of digital stuff.
Cool.
How do I word this? It's app magic for non-app magicians. Is the best way to put it.
Say that one more time.
app magic for non-app magicians.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
You understand when you see it.
Okay. And as a reminder too, Alan has a kick-ass thing dropping on Monday. It's a pre-sale item. I've seen it. I've watched the instructional part of it because when I saw the trailer first, I'm like, wait, is this as good as I hope it is? Yes, it is. I will say that out loud right now. Yes, it is. So keep an eye out on Monday for that. Around noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be dropping. All the magic shops will start featuring it. It's really, really
I
cool.
wish I could say what it is, but I like keeping the suspense.
Yeah. And the method is great too. I was actually texting you that too while I was watching the instructional. The method is not outrageously difficult to perform. It's not outrageously difficult to work it, and it actually will work and it'll last, which I think is the most important part.
Yeah. It's annoying is what it is. It's one of those things where your brain, your hand is going to hit your face and you're going to go, I should have thought of that.
Oh, it's so good. So stay tuned for that on Monday. We want to give you guys, we want to tease you a little bit. So that's for Monday. Keep an eye out for that. So we're very excited about that.
I'd like, we just had a comment come up from, oh God, it's Nigel saying Digits of Deception, or Digital Deception. So the whole name of it,
Oh, yeah.
I like old Kung Fu movies. That's a weird thing for me. Like, the more horrible and the more ghastly the Kung Fu movie is, the better. And my original 2 DVDs with but in fact, this is something we should actually touch on. I had 2 DVDs with Bug Blind Media, which were the first 2 I properly put out. They were the first company that turned around and went, yeah, we trust you, let's put something out.
Cool.
First company ever. And they were called Fingers of Fury. And it was because I enjoyed the whole Kung Fu genre. And then we got to a point where we were trying to name these, and then Owen went, yeah, Digits of Deception. I went, you're probably right. it's the only thing it can be. I guess a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I like it. Now, it probably won't be Digital Deception, so the next one will be Digital Deception Volume 2. Or I wonder if I could convince him to do the Digital Deception. We could convince him, but it'll be along those lines. We'll find out.
Okay. Well,
Naming a magic trick has become a weird thing.
yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, especially over time.
Yeah, there's so many things you need to take into consideration. It's weird as hell.
Yep. Also, Jordan Murphy's been around. I didn't know if you saw him. He actually said something nice. I think he actually had the run already, but he said, Alan, every time I meet up with you, we come up with something epic. He calls you one of his babes. So there you go.
Jordan is one of those guys that it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter how my life is at that point in time. If he phones me and needs me, I'll just shut down what I'm doing and I'll give him the time he needs. It's the same with Nick Marshall as well.
Oh, Nick's great. Such a sweet
A couple of guys in. But yeah, Jordan's the guy you want to go to for close-up pads. He's the one.
Yeah, true that.
Prick that he is. In fact, I've got, I don't know if you can't see it from here. A couple over there that I use, and it's the ones I pull out. Oh, well, right over here. What side? No, that's that side. There we are. Over there. There's a couple of his pads there, and that's what I pull out and I use.
Cool. All right, Alan. We are. Wow. This. You know what? You and I did this. It's probably been about a year ago. Every time you and I chat, I plan on going like 30 minutes, and we go at least twice that, and we're over an hour now. So I think we should start to wrap up.
We need to figure out like a monthly show and just do it, or we bet you at magic.
You are very, very. I mean, you're always welcome, obviously, but that'd be great because it would be nice to keep things fresh, mix it up, and obviously people would love to not just hear my voice all the time. So.
And again, I'm too honest for my own good.
Hey, it's good. It's a good problem to have. Trust me. Yeah, I dig it. Any last things you want to say though before we wrap up? I know I mentioned on Monday to keep an eye out for that. There will be a part 2 to the Digits of Deception, which is exciting. Actually, let's take one more question. Actually, does this give us a chance to help people too? That's why we're here. Brandon Pierce says, "Do you have any tips for guys looking to create magic?" And I know that's a very open-ended question, but I'm sure you have some gems to share, some great advice to share there. So,
I have a very odd process. Well, I had a very odd process, and now mine's is more direct now. However, think of the trick you want to do first over the method. I know a lot of guys that will just like keep moves and keep methods and little things, just collect them, and then try and apply them to things. I would recommend not doing that at the start. You will end up doing it, don't get me wrong, but don't do it at the start. At the start of the thing, think of the trick you want to do. So let's talk about a bar scenario. You look at the fridge in a bar that has a nice open glass front. You want to make a bottle pop open in there. So you want to think about that first. So the easiest way to break this down is into 3 categories. 1, the method, B, the placement, and C, how to do it.
Very cool.
They're not the same. So the method is, how does that cap come off the bottle? I will give you a method if you want to do that trick. There's a way you can do it with a little flap, mini card goes inside a cap, it'll pop it off. It's easy peasy. But you will probably think of your own way to do that in a very easy way. So once you have your method down, you have to think of your placement. Now I'm saying bar. What bar? Where? Where will you have control over how to do it? This is something a lot of people forget in the whole sort of magic community. They just want something that will just work always. It's not how magic works. Some of the best magic happens in a singular place at a singular time where someone will remember it. It might just be one person. That's it. If it is just the one person, make sure it's the best trick and make sure it's going to be the most vocal person in the place so they speak about it when it happens.
True that.
Yeah. The last part of it is, who can you get on your side to make sure it happens? In our sense here, in this example, we need to get a member of bar on our side.
Yep. A
lot of people don't look at this as part of the magic, but it is. You will need to have, you can call it a stooge, you can call it a confidant, you can call it what you want. But if you want this bottle to pop open in the bar where you are, you're going to need someone in that bar to put that bottle there. They might have to help you action it happening. They might have to help you draw attention to it. But it's kind of one of those weird things. It depends on what you're going to do. I would recommend creating magic for a moment rather than for a lifetime to begin with. And then the magic you will create for a moment and you start playing with and start figuring out where you can use it and how you can use it will end up being the stuff you can use for a lifetime, if that makes sense. I get that sounds a bit hippy-dippy, but it will make sense once you start creating.
Well said. Cheers to that. As he takes a sip of his Jack and Coke. Oh, yes. Good stuff. And I think that is a great way to kind of wrap things up because obviously when a lot of people think of the name Alan Rorrison, they think of creative. You know, you definitely are a staple out there. You continue to do it, which is not an easy task. And you
buddy, I won't lie, just to cut you short, I suffer really badly from imposter syndrome. Like immensely.
From what?
Imposter syndrome. It's
imposter syndrome. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, whatever.
An overwhelming feeling like you're not just or good enough. Or I'm horrible with it. Yeah. Like the past week, I've been really bad. When like a new release comes out, I am terrible with it. And it's one of those sort of weird things where I've had a few buddies turn around and say, just look back at what you've done.
Yeah.
And you understand that maybe you're not. But yeah, I've got a weird OCD brain that does it.
Well, you know, it's like the old saying goes, as cliche as it is true. You are your own worst critic from the outside looking in. So, I mean, you know, take it for what it's worth. But, I mean, you continue to do what you do for a reason, and that's enough said. So
because I'm not good enough to do anything else. What are you talking about?
Whatever. You do a lot of damn things, that's for sure. You do a lot of stuff. And
I try.
It surprises me sometimes how many things you're able to do. And speaking of that, my head just turned into this thing one more time. I don't know why I keep changing into this, but this is just now released. Digits of Deception. It's looking at you. You should check it.
I pointed you the right way this time as well.
It's on download or DVD. If you're one of those old school DVD guys, you can get it either way. But either way, you should get it. That's all I have to say about that. So It was released yesterday, so hopefully you're now informed about it. And again, Alan did teach one of those tricks from the project right here. It's towards the beginning of this when you watch it back. So there you go. All right. Well, Alan, thank you as always for your time. I definitely will try to take you up on being more of a regular face around here because you are one of the good guys. So I'll be in touch as always. Alan sends me clips sometimes just randomly. I look at my Facebook Messenger and there's Alan with a random clip. I'm like,
just to piss you off.
oh, that's fun. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's good. And then, yeah, it's always fun to see what he's up to.
I think you've seen more of my unreleased stuff than anyone else, to be honest.
Yes, I like it like that. Oh yeah. Haha, take that, guys. You take that. All right, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna get out of here as well. So thank you as always, Alan, for the time, and I hope you do make it for an evening at Blackpool next month because I will definitely be. I'll be looking for you.
Do my best, sir.
Wait. All right, brother. I'll catch you later, man. All right, guys. Alan Rorrison, check him out online. He's on Facebook. He's on the Instagram. He's out there, and of course, check out his work. It speaks for itself. So if you're looking for some good close-up material, you know the name. Find his stuff. It is awesome stuff. Excuse me, and also don't forget we are doing a giveaway for his at the table lecture. If you're just joining us again, all you need to do is to drop a like on this post so I know you're out there. I can see the list of peeps that have done that, especially on Facebook. And just drop a comment. You know, I want you guys to get a little more social with me out there. Let me know either where you're from, how you found this, maybe some feedback. What type of topics or people would you like us to chat with? You know, let us know. We learn from you. I don't just tell you everything. I want it to be a two-way street. And speaking of awesome stuff, yesterday I had a chance to chat with Matt Franco. He was the first magician to ever break through and win America's Got Talent, which is pretty rad. And he's got a show now in Vegas. If you haven't seen that, I went live with Matt yesterday. And next week, this is a big one, guys. I wanted to start 2020 with a bang. We are talking to Shin Lim next Tuesday, right here, noon Pacific. I've got him with me. He has got the hair, he's got the skill, he's got it all, and he's now performing on the Strip over at the Mirage. He's just doing it all, and I'm stoked to catch up with him, see what life's like now for him. I can't even imagine. So if you're just finding us here, Unplugged does go down every week, sometimes twice a week like this week. And next week I do have Shin Lim live with me, so turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss that or anything else coming forward this year. Bringing you more stuff from conventions and giveaways and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for the great questions. Again, thanks to Alan Rorrison for his time. That is the most valuable thing we all have in this life. So thanks for Alan for spending some of that with us. All right. So take care, guys. I will catch you on the flip side. It's always good to see you out there. So don't be a stranger. If you need any other help, let us know. Drop us a DM, okay? See ya.